Hi everybody, this is Crystal. So today I'm going to do a little review on, talk a little bit about one of Redheart's newer yarns. It's a Wrap Rainbow. Now they do have one called that they made before this one, and it's just called It's a Wrap. But this one is It's a Wrap Rainbow, so that's the difference, is the rainbow in the name. And it is also a thinner weight. The first one's a thinner weight than this one. We'll start off and we'll take a look at it here. Now, It's a Wrap Rainbow. It is an acrylic cotton blend. And there are 623 yards in this skein. And it says that it is a superfine #1, which is a mistake. It's a labeling mistake on Redheart's part. Now, if you look on their website, it is a #2 weight, is what it is. The regular It's a Wrap is a 1 weight. The It's a Wrap Rainbow is actually a 2 weight. They have the wrong weight on this. So if you look on their website, you will see that they are labeled wrong. And if you do, if you want to call them and ask them, they will confirm that some of them did get labeled wrong. So it's actually a 2 weight. It's labeled wrong. It is a 1. When you look at them, I've been fiddling around with this one a little bit, but they come with the center pull pulled out already. And usually it's tucked under, as you can see the label. So that makes it easy to find. It consists of, I'm going to pull my camera down a little bit now. It consists of 4 little strands of yarn. Now it's supposed to be like that. And when you twist it together, you can definitely tell that it's not a #1, that it is a #2 weight. It's still really fine, but not as fine as a #1 weight would be. It's actually, I would consider it more of a thicker 2 than I would a regular 2. But regardless, it is a 2 weight, even if the wrapper says 1. So that was just a mistake. I wish it wasn't like that. It kind of makes my video kind of confusing, but remember, It's a Wrap Rainbow is a 2 weight. And it does consist, like I said, of the 4 strands of yarn. And you use all 4 of them together when you crochet. And you center pull it from the center, like that. This would be great for shawls and stuff like that. Anything that you'd want a nice drape on, since it's such a thin yarn. They come in 8 colors, which I have all 8 of them here, which we'll go over those. This one right here is called Foggy. And as you can see, it starts with the cream in the middle, and it goes to brown, light brown, and then to gray. So that one's the Foggy color. This next one here is called Parfait. Oh, and it's got in the center, you see the 4 strands here. You always want to center pull from the 4 strands. It's got a light and a medium mixed for the center, gradually working out, losing the light color. And then it goes to a darker purple. And then that dark purple mixes in with the pink, the dark pink. And then the dark pink eventually loses that dark purple and mixes in at the end with the light pink. So it's a really pretty one, if you're a purple fan. That center is almost a light blue, bluish periwinkle. Kind of, I guess. So that one's the Parfait. The next one we got is Fiesta. Very colorful. There's your 4 strings there. I kind of been messing with them, so they kind of came undone, but it starts with that really blue color right here, and it mixes in with the green to the orange and to the red. And what these yarns do is when you pull them, and since you got 4 strings at once, you're working with the blue there in the center, but eventually a couple of these strings will turn into the green along with the blue at the same time. So you'll be working with the blue and the green. So it actually gives it quite of a nice subtle change in color. So it's not really an abrupt change like, you know, like you might think it would be. It's very subtle on these skeins like this or cakes like this. So this one's the Fiesta. And then we got Nautical. A little bit of a turquoise blue in the center. I don't know if you can see it on my camera. And it mixes in with a little bit more of a aqua color. And then it goes to a really extremely dark blue, almost black navy color. Back to a more of a medium blue, and then it mixes in with the light at the end. And like I said, these strands, since they just mix so well together, you'll be working with different there's 4 strands there, and sometimes you'll have 4 different colors on each strand that you'll be working with. That's what makes the color change so nice on these. So that's the Nautical. The next one we have here is called Couture. Oh, and you can see a little bit of tan in the middle in gray. Tan is the very center, and then it mixes in with the gray. With the gray mixes in with a teal, aqua teal color, I guess. And it continues to mix with that gray the whole time. The gray is continuously going throughout the whole piece, and then it ends in the black. So the gray is consistent the whole way through. As you're working with the gray, you're working with the other colors too. So that was nice. And that one is the Couture. The next one we got is called Rainbow. A little bit of blue. And this goes to orange, purple, yellow, and ends with a bit of green. Might be my least favorite of them. It's not ugly at all. It's just not one I would probably work with. It's still pretty though, but it's just not really my style. But that's the Rainbow. The next one we have is called Whisper. So it's got a bit of purple in the middle, which is mixing with a very light limey greenish yellow color. And then it mixes with the gray, and then it goes off to a very light pink, and then to a cream colored white. So it's just a touch of purple. The green and the gray are pretty much the colors of this one, and the light pink it's really a nice touch right there before it hits the creamy white on the end. It's a pretty one too. I think the name suits it. I like it. So that one's called Whisper. And then the last one that we have here is called Sea Glass. So it starts out with a very, very light blue right in the center, if you can see it. And then it goes to that turquoise color. It mixes in with the light blue still. And then it goes to a darker bluish green. And then that dark blue green mixes in with a grassy green, which then ends in a light greenish yellow, I guess. I like that one. That one's pretty. So that one is the Sea Glass. So that's all 8 of them. Now, their recommended hook size is a 4mm, which is probably what I would use. I usually, myself, I don't usually even look at the recommended hook sizes on I usually just pick my own hook, but without even looking at that, that was the first time that I seen that. I knew that I was going to use a 4 or 4.25 when I crocheted with this. So yeah, that's about what I would use. It's a good recommended hook size. Like I said, remember the tag is wrong on these. It is a 2-weight. I would consider it a heavy 2-weight or a thicker 2-weight, but still very much on the thin side. And when you look, you can see those two colors mixing together, and that's going to be the whole time throughout. Colors are going to be changing like that, and it makes very, very, very pretty garments and shawls. If you look on redheart.com, you can see patterns made with this, and you can see the subtle changes in them and how the colors mix, and they're really pretty. So that is the Redheart It's a Wrap. Now, you get these on redheart.com. I believe they run close to $13 to $14 a skein. It's kind of pricey. You might be able to find them on Joann's site, probably, maybe for a little cheaper, maybe even Michael's, and even Walmart.com has them. I can't say they're much cheaper on there though, but one of these will be enough to do a nice size, beautiful shawl, especially if it's a really lacy one. It would make a really nice one. So that is It's a Wrap. So let's see. I always like to choose my favorite and then find out your guys' favorite. And it's there's a couple here that I really, really like a lot. I'm not a big bright person, so not that I don't like these two. I mean, this is just my opinion. These would not be the ones that I would normally choose. I think actually my favorite of the bunch is this one. For some reason, it's just so pretty. I really, really like it. Nautical. The blues, they just work so well in this. And when I make something, this is the one I'm going to make it out of, I believe. I do like the Sea Glass also, but I think I like this one a bit better because it stays with all blues. But that's just that's my choice. It'd be one of these two. I like these other ones a lot too. It's a really hard choice. I am a brown person, so I like this one too, but I like them all. What can I say? I mean, I don't dislike these at all. I mean, they're all beautiful, but yeah, but probably the Nautical is probably my favorite. So, with that being said, I'd like to know what your favorite color was in the comments. I always ask you guys, and I always do read them and see what everybody's favorite is, because it interests me to see how different everybody is, see how similar everybody is too. So I hope that my review was okay, and I hope I didn't confuse you with that it didn't confuse you that these are 2 weights, even though they say 1 weights. And I hope you got a good glimpse of all the colors, so that way if you do decide to buy these online, maybe you could see the colors a little bit better in my video than what you can on the internet, because I know the internet, when you look at them on their websites, they're really hard to tell what color you really want, because you can't really see them that well. So, but that's it. Like Redheart says, it's a wrap. Thanks for watching.